Hey guys, I'm so glad that you could be here tonight. My name is Amanda Barta, and I wanted to do an event that was just the very straight basics of this company for people. I wanted people to come in and for us to kind of give you an idea of what it's like in our business and what we do every day and help you guys see if this is something that you might be interested in, either business wise or product wise. So that's the goal for tonight. I'll quickly go over who I am and why I'm here talking to you guys. You'll see kids running around because this is definitely business redefined. And that's kind of the beauty of it. It's making a living while having a life, and that is one of our mottos that's very into our culture right now. So for me, it is a Sunday afternoon, and the house is busy and things are going on. But the beauty of it is that I get to take a minute and share what I love about this company to people and just see if it's a good fit for someone. So I absolutely love that about this business. It works around my life. I don't have to stop and reconfigure everything just to make a living. So anyway, I'll kind of go over through who I am, and then we'll quickly go over what I think about this opportunity with the products a little bit mixed in, and then I'm going to close it out. It's going to be short and simple and sweet. And the good thing about it is that if you're on this video, then somebody on my team has directed you to it, and so I know you're in good hands because there's nothing like our team. We work together so incredibly well. We support each other like nothing else out there, so I know you're in good hands. So just to back up a little bit, my name is Amanda Barta. I'm a CPA in Austin, Texas, and I've lived here for about 20 years, and in that time I've been in this industry, the accounting industry. I have been in senior financial management of my company, and what ended up happening for me is that it was just kind of a rat race. It was the everyday rushing home. I mean, it was different when I was single. Let me say that. When I was single, I didn't mind working 50, 60, 70-hour work weeks. But as time went on and I had my children, what I found for me was that I was racing home every day just to pick them up from school, to quickly get them bathed, to quickly get them fed, and then put them to bed. And it was just this hamster wheel of 2 hours that I was never present with them. The time that I was spending with them was like the worst of me, probably the worst of them after being in daycare all day. I just kept thinking there had to be more. There had to be more to it than this. And my daughter was at the point where in a couple years she was going to start kindergarten. And so not only did I realize that my time was fleeting at this point, but I also realized that I wanted to be the one that was going to pick her up from the bus stop. I wanted to have that privilege and that ability. And so as I was approaching that timeline, it started to really break my heart because I was realizing what had happened, that I had devoted so much time and energy to a company that I had been with, and at this point I've been with them for 14 years. I had spent so much of my time building up somebody else's dream and not my own, and I was going to miss out on that, and it was literally breaking my heart. Around that time, a very, very close friend of mine started selling Rodina Fields, and I came across it on Facebook like so many of us do. And I just thought she was crazy because she had 3 little boys and her 3, and I couldn't imagine how she was able to do this. What was really interesting too was that I knew that she was, she was introverted. She necessarily wasn't the most outgoing person that I knew, but her sister was doing it also, and so was her mom. So what I was able to see from that was that there were 3 different, very different personality types, all doing this business at very different stages and ages in their life. With overlapping networks. And I was able to see each of them grow with this company and doing amazing things. And I also knew they weren't doing it for $500 a month. I knew that they weren't. I knew their financial situation better than that. So I knew there was something there, and I started to kind of pick up and do research on my own. And let me tell you, right now you're getting more research than I ever had when I even joined the business. So what I found, though, is that this company is a very straightforward company. It is not complicated and it is not complex. And I think that's something that we always have to put into perspective. If something is complicated or complex unnecessarily, then maybe we need to stop and look at that. But this is not that company. It is very simple, to the fact that I'm going to actually try and finish this up in 20 minutes explaining to you what this company is. And you will have a very, very strong idea of who we are and what we stand for. So anyway, that is kind of what got me interested in the business, and it made me stop and take a look, and I ended up going for it. And it really has been a great thing. But one of the most simple things that I saw out there on the company that I think translates so well on us is the Harvard Business Review. And I always talk about it because it meant so much to me to see that. And it was very, very basic breakdown of what we do as a company. It's not the Harvard Business Review on certain sales model companies. It is on our company in particular. And that is very different. If you are going to look for a business opportunity, then I would tell you that you need to partner with the best people that you could ever possibly partner with. That would be my own advice to somebody, and a very strong company. So when I look at that, I'm like, well, okay, you have two of the top entrepreneurs of the decade, according to Investopedia, that are our company, right? So these doctors have huge resumes behind them. They're still clinically practicing today in the San Francisco area, which means they have hands-on experience with everything that they do. They've already had a previous company that was huge. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, who dominates 80% of the acne market in over 113 countries. These women know exactly what they're doing, and they've done it before. The difference is that they're going to do it again in a much bigger arena. The acne market, when you look at it, is just a fraction of what the anti-aging market is. So by 2020, I think we're estimated to hit about 300 billion in sales. It is a huge and massive growing network. So when you look at what anti-aging does and how it is globally, you realize that the doctor's perception and what they were thinking was so much more bigger of an opportunity than just the acne arena. But the idea that they started in the acne arena first and dominate it now is a huge thing for us, because now when someone says, well, what do you do? And I say, oh, I'm a consultant with this company, they'll ask me, well, oh, and I'll say, well, yeah, from the Doctors Who Created Proactiv. Do you know who they are? And they'll immediately say, well, yes. So that lends me instant credibility when I talk to people. That is branding that you could never, ever, ever replace if you wanted to start a company. So the idea that they've done that for us is absolutely amazing. And of course, you can't do that unless you have products that work. So that was the second part of the review and what it was talking about. So you have to have a consumable product that works. So this is not like a jewelry or a bag or a weight loss thing. It's not something. It is something that people use once and then they continue to use it. We have less than a 2% return rate on any of our products, and that is simply because our products work and people continue to buy them because they want those results and they want to continue to get the results they're getting. Our products absolutely cannot be beat. This is why we've only been around for the last 9 years, and we are already the #1 skincare brand in North America. So when I started 2 years ago, we were actually the #4 premium skincare brand in the United States, and that was after Clinique, Estee Lauder, and Lancome. And so to look to what they've done in just those 2 years, that we have knocked out our competition, and we're the #1 not only in premium but in all of skincare, is huge. And it's pointing to something. It's pointing that our products work. And the reason that they work is because our doctors have patented a multi-med therapy approach to it. So it's the right products and the right formulations at the right time. So these ingredients that they're putting in and these right formulations at the right time are absolutely what makes the difference with our products. And that's why they're comparable to anything that you would get at a med or a med spa or from another dermatologist. They have smartly combined these products to where the efficacy of them is going to work just as well as anything else that you might see out there. It is incredible. And the other thing that they've done is since they've had over 50 years of clinical practice on their own, they're able to look at it and say, okay, what are the main things that we treat, that we see come into our office? So they have very specifically created 4 regimens that cover the main skin concerns that people have. And what's really smart about that is that as a consultant, I'm a CPA. I'm not a dermatologist. It would be very odd for me to recommend skincare to somebody when I don't have that kind of background. But what the doctors have done is they've created a solution tool that you can go in, you input what your customer needs, what their goals are, what they're seeing with their skin that they'd like to change, and it actually tells you what they should use. It is a very, very simple solution to help someone. And so we have all of these tools at our fingertips, and we don't have to worry about knowing everything. So that is huge. So I'm making sure that I cover everything. I have some notes, and I don't want to leave anything out. The other thing I like to say about our skincare is that our skincare is designed to change your skin. It is not designed for a profit necessarily in mind. And what I think is amazing about this is that we've actually had people from other competitors come work for us, and they are shocked by this, because a lot of companies, what they'll do is put an ingredient in a product, and then the profit is based on what that ingredient is. So if I put retinol in a product, how much can I charge for it? That is not at all how our company looks at it. They basically look at it and they say, if I add retinol to this product, is it going to work? Is it going to give me the results that I need? And if it is, then I'm going to put it in that product. So everything that they do is resting on their reputations. And so these women are very, very meticulous and careful in their products. And that is why you see our products will get into like 100% of people on the Redefine regimen notice the improvement in texture. 100%. And let me tell you, we have many, many products that get into that 100%, even the 90th, 80th percentile of changes that they can do. No one else in the market is doing that, and we are. And so I think that is why people are taking note. There were over 300 million media impressions last year about our products, and I want you guys to think about that. We don't pay a dime in advertising. So when you have over 300 million media impressions in 2016, that means that a lot of people are talking about your product, and they're talking about it because it works. And so when they look at that, what that means to us is that we don't have to spend money on a brick and mortar store. We don't have to spend our money on advertising and on celebrities to pass the word. They can actually put more money into research and development to build superior products, and then they can also leverage that to pay their consultants more. So you have very, very happy consultants that are spreading the word because the products work, and we're not having to pay any overhead for that in that research and development, in that advertising space. So that is, it's a huge component of why we are so successful. The other thing that Harvard was talking about that I think is really important to understand is market disruption. So when you look at this company, when you look at what we've been able to do in such a short amount of time, and we are the number one fastest growing skincare company year over year for the last 6 years. So out of nowhere, we are just getting started, guys. We are very, very young. We're in our infancy, really, as a company. We are so incredibly young. And the idea that we've been able to come in out of the gate and beat out these old, long legacy companies and what they're doing should tell you that we're on to something huge. But what we're doing, and the reason we're able to do it, is really because we are empowering entrepreneurs through social commerce. And so what that allows us to do is to have this platform that we're able to share with each other at a much faster rate than anyone's ever been able to do before in history. And the thing about it is that people respect and rely on a friend's recommendation way more than they ever could on an advertisement. And so we know right now, because we are so connected socially, that that's how we're getting recommendations for trips, restaurants, anything else. So we're doing this exact same thing as recommending a restaurant, only it's just skincare that works. And so we're seeing people do this all the time, and I love it that we just saw this with Starbucks and that unicorn drink that they had. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's this free advertising, right, going around everywhere with people trying this drink, where our company, we do that all day long. The only difference is that we're getting paid for it. So when I have people come in and they say, I don't want to do sales, I'm like, oh my gosh, I completely hear you. As a CPA, I never did sales. I didn't want to do sales. I had no interest in doing anything like that. But the thing about it is that we share all day long, very naturally, about everything that we're doing. And so you don't have to be a salesperson. You do. I'm going to be very straight with you. That was my promise. You do have to share about products. We laugh all the time when we say, secret businesses don't work. That's the reality. But if you're somebody that can say, oh my gosh, I totally know what you're talking about. I used to have, melasma really bad, and I used to have a ton of brown spots. Oh my gosh, true story, guys. They were really bad. But this product in 3 months virtually took care of all of it. That's all you have to do. And I can say that easily about so many of our products. And if you're sitting here right now, you might even notice that my eyelashes are crazy. And it's Lash Boost. Lash Boost is one of the easiest things to sell and recommend under the sun. And the great thing about that is it's a totally another market that was opened up to us because these doctors are really smart. They're on the cutting edge. They know what big business is. They know what markets are going to be opening, and they clearly execute those markets. And they do not put a product into that market unless they know it is the absolute best. So that is just part of it again. The other thing about it is that, sorry. I just totally lost my train of thought. But that's really the reality of it. And I think that so often we look at like our different skincare regimens and what they're able to do and how we get these high clinical results. And it does make it so easy to share. And the other thing about it is that as we continue to share, you realize how strong social commerce is. I have, well, until like the last year or so, I had never been to Canada, but yet we have people on our team in Canada. I went on a trip in Mexico. We met some people we absolutely adored. It turned out that this was a good fit for her, and now she's in Canada and she's doing a great job in Canada sharing about the products. We have people on our team that are in Australia. It's amazing, guys. I've never been to Australia, but that is that word of mouth. It is the person tells the person tells the person. And that is what ends up making huge, huge businesses. And it's unbelievable what it can do. What I like to tell people is that you don't have to know everybody to make this business work. When I started, I had 200 friends on Facebook. I do not think of myself as the most outgoing person. I don't feel the need to talk to every single person that I meet, although I do love people. I just don't necessarily feel that need. And what I've been able to do in 2.5 years is incredible. So when the Harvard Business Review said that you can shrink a 40-year career into 3 to 5 years, I thought it was absolutely crazy. But now knowing what I know about residual income and knowing what I know about this company in particular, you absolutely can. I was able to actually retire from my job. My last day is June 1st to be home with my kids for the summer. When my daughter started kindergarten, and I was able to actually go in and say, I cannot work at this time anymore. I'm going to be there for my daughter. That is life-changing. That's huge. And when you get to that point, you're like, I am going to tell people about it. I want to tell people about it. Because if you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, maybe I could do this, then absolutely, it's worth it. I want this for everybody who wants it. I want people to, the stories that we have on our team of what people are doing, they're staying home, they're paying off debt. They're not feeling the burden of debt anymore. They're able to vacation with their families. They're able to travel to see family when they need to now and they weren't before. Just having a lifeline, having friends, having business and what this business has meant for couples. It is absolutely amazing what it can do. But that is the reality of it, is that I was able to surpass my CPA salary. An 18-year career in 2.5 years, not even 2.5 years. And by the end of my 3rd year, I will have replaced both my salary and my husband's full-time CFO salary. So this is huge business. It's absolutely huge. And the thing about it is that people are going to be buying these products every single minute of every single day. And it's not just here in the US. And it's continuing to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I'm always saying, if you have an inkling, if you have a thought, if you're wondering, is it for me? You need to talk to the consultant and just say, hey, what does it look like for you? Because I can tell you, I never wanted to bother my friends and family. Guess what? I haven't bothered my friends and family about it. It's a huge, huge market. It is not saturated. We don't have enough saturation for one state, let alone the United States and Canada and Australia. So I don't have to stress about that. I don't have to feel like I am, knocking down people's door about any of it. And I feel so fortunate when I am able to share skincare that changes people's skin, because it absolutely will. Or the opportunity that can absolutely change anybody's life as long as they're willing to work the business, because it is a business that you would have to work. And so, the ability to have that option and to tell people is huge. Not having to work and doing this instead is absolutely amazing. My family, we can travel all summer. We're going to get to do things that we haven't gotten to do in the past summers because of it. But more than that, I get to be with them on my time frame when I'm present, and not at the end of the day when it's the dregs of what I have left of just trying to meet that checklist and get them in bed. That is a huge opportunity. And that is really it in a nutshell, you guys. It's actually 20 minutes right there. I'm done. I can tell you that there are different ways to get involved. And if you are considering any of our products, I'm going to say, get in touch with the consultant that got you here. They are going to walk you through a solution tool that is very simple. They're going to get the recommendation of the right products for you. It comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. It is amazing. We also have a great preferred customer program. It's $19.95. It's great because it's fully customizable. You never get products unless you want to. You buy what you want, when you want. You always get a 10% off discount, and you always get free shipping on orders over $80. It is absolutely fabulous, and you're going to save money on the first time purchasing and even more as you continue to go. So that is the first thing. Also, we also have people who decide that maybe this business is for them. And I always say, if you're thinking about it, don't buy product, because everything is actually a sample. If you buy a business kit and there's a $3.95, a $6.95, and a $9.95 business kit, if you buy any of those kits, they're all come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what that means is you can try the business or you can try the products, and you can give it all back if it doesn't work for you, because we don't need to convince anybody. That's not what this is about. This is about an opportunity, and we want it to work for the people who decide to do it. So if you want to try it, you try it. You look at the different business kits. Obviously, the $6.95 and the $9.95 are going to give you the most value for your money, because they're about 50% off of the products. You're going to have everything that we sell, that you're going to be able to look at and know and understand. And I always say that if you it's very hard to recommend something to somebody when you've never seen it before. So I always recommend looking at those two kits so that you actually know what you have that can help other people. That is important, and it's huge. And it also gives you things for like sampling and stuff like that, so that you can build a network and build a business as you're going along, which I think is extremely, extremely helpful. So those are basically the two different ways to get involved with us. Of course, the consultant that brought you here is always great for recommendations too. So even if this is not for you and you're not looking for a business and you love the skincare that you're already in, a referral is definitely how we work this business. It's all word of mouth for us. So we would absolutely love a referral to the consultant who brought you here. And lastly, I would encourage you to ask the questions. It's a growing market. It is a huge market. It's the largest market in the world is skincare. Every single person I hope, has skin, right? So there is no limit on what you can do with this business. And with our team, with the training that we have in place, with the people that we have in place, you can do anything you want to do with this business. If I can do it, the CPA, no idea about skincare, anything else, if I can do it, you absolutely can do this. And we are here to show you how. The market is ready. We have amazing new products that have just come out that are going to be incredible. Again, the efficacy rates and the clinical studies are again getting into 100 percentile with these. It's a hydrating serum, and it's 100% on firmness, balancing skin, texture, fine lines and wrinkles. It is going to be, again, something that every single person out there wants. And it works with all skin types. So it's absolutely brilliant the way it opens up a market. So I think that's it, guys. That's really all I have. If you've tuned in and you have questions, please ask your consultant. We'd love to help you out. And I did promise freebies and giveaways and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is that for any PC that makes an order between now and Wednesday night, because this video is going to be here from now until Wednesday night, I am actually going to send you a free eye cream. Not even a mini one. I'm going to send you a free eye cream to go along with your regimen, because that thing is amazing. Puffiness, fine lines, and darkness. It relieves all of those, and so it is amazing, brightening, great moisturizer for your eyes. You're absolutely going to love it. And if you're considering being a consultant, I want you to know this. Talk to your person who brought you here. Get all your questions answered, and then when you sign up, I'm going to send you another regimen of your choice. And it's going to be a great way for you to build your business and to lend it out to that one friend that you have that that maybe just wants to try it, and it would be a great way to build your business, or you can keep for yourself and enjoy it. And I think that is all that I have for you guys. So have a great night. We went a little bit over 5 minutes, but that's not too bad. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.